And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. This is a directed network, and I am net control. If at any time during this net, should an emergency arise, please notify net control, and we will stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our QSO-VLOG network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the loudest, fullest sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the QSO-VLOG network with the phrase, "If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout." And today, we're having over, 1,600 QSO-VLOG recordings. And our mission statement for the network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup procedure, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 4 Internet SDR receivers monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia, trying to get the best copy on our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 4 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also in this selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 2 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed north and south, the other east and west. The north and south mag loop can be rotated. They are selected by a 3-position rotary selector. Position 3 of this selector is a co-phase option that many times is 3 to 4 dB hotter than mag loop 1 or 2 by themselves. Also today, on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR specially oriented dipole antenna. One leg of this dipole is broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg is broadside to Miami, Florida. And as we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today, we'll be running our input source indicator, so when we switch from an Internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube QSO-VLOG video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations, QSA 5, to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. During this time of pandemic that has challenged us all, we pray that you will protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you will reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this is an area of the band where we have many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into the QSO-VLOG net to keep their bandpass to no wider than 100 to 2900. Again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. And now let's check in and see if Charlie, K1GZL, is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
The Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Yes, Jim, there is Queen Sugar Baker, but you're peaking up to about S8, almost a 9, direct at the present time. So, if you're copying me, I've got something interesting on here on 20 meters at 20 minutes to 1 in the morning, K1GZL.
Yes, sir, Charlie, I've got you about 15 over on Milford, PASDR. Go ahead, sir.
About 15 over on Milford, PASDR. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I was decided to see what was on 20 after, as we got closer to midnight last night, and son of a gun, I heard some ZLs and VKs coming in on short path on 20, and I did get a hold of VK4 Kilowatt Alpha, VK4KA, that is Corey, C-O-R-Y, and he's 25 miles north of Brisbane, B-R-I-S-B-A-N-E, I think it is, 25 miles north of Brisbane. Here he is.
I hope.
We'll see you later on. K1GZL from KX4 Whiskey Charlie, we are clear.
Okay, here we go.
300 off from K1GZL, K4KA, over. K4KA return. No problem, Charlie. Thank you very much. My QTH on 25 miles north of Brisbane on the east coast of Australia. And you're a beautiful signal here this evening. You're at 5 at 9, 59, solid 5 by 9, and maybe a little touch more. Beautiful propagation from the northeast of the US at the moment from your end. So we're quite a few from the northeast at the moment.
Okay, and that was short path. That was short path down north of Brisbane. Brisbane would be somewhere probably about 10, 15 degrees north of my main signal on 20, but it would be way off my antenna on 40 meters. By the way, I went through an interesting experience. I was hospitalized a few days ago. Every 4 or 5 weeks, Jim, every 4 or 5 weeks I get a day or so where my heart rate goes crazy and fibrillation and the whole 9 yards. But when I've been seeing doctors, it hasn't happened, but this time it did. So they took a look and said, well, we're going to put you in the Littleton, that's Littleton, New Hampshire Hospital. That's about 69-70 road miles to my southwest. And I stayed overnight, and they had me on tubes and EKGs and the whole 9 yards, and it was just endless, and I only got a half an hour's sleep because I had to lie in the exact spot, or else it would everything would cut off. So that was horrible. But what it is, this is K1GZL, not causing the problem I had, but they did find my heart was in excellent condition. And the rest of my body, okay, fine. However, the valves, the aorta valve and the other valves going into my heart had narrowed down, not to the point to cause any problems right now, but had narrowed down. So eventually I was going to have that corrected. I said, would I have to have open heart surgery? And they said, no, you don't. We put this, put it up the arm. It's a 2-hour procedure, and you're in la land, but you are still somewhat conscious, and that should take care of the problem. So, what an experience. KC9VKV K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. Now, was this like a pacemaker or what?
Roger, Charlie. Now, was this like a pacemaker or what?
Oh, no pacemakers, no. What they would have to do is put up more of those valves or whatever, right where it enters the heart, because where the arteries are coming into the heart, it builds up a circular of that stuff, that I just mentioned, but I forgot the name, and that has to be removed. So they said you probably have another year. In that case, you'll start getting chest pains and shortness of breath. So I've got to eventually see a cardiologist and discuss this with a cardiologist. I would rather get it done sooner because you never know with this thing. But no pacemaker. Oh no, Jim. K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. Well, I wish you all the luck in the world there to resolve the issue. I know that heart rates fluctuating, heart rates can be disturbing. So I'm glad that they have figured out what it is, and hopefully it won't cause you too much problems until they decide to correct it. Roger.
Problems until they decide to correct it. Roger.
Yeah, Roger. I don't know if I just mentioned it or not. I thought it would be possibly open heart surgery, and they said, oh, no. We'll put this up through your arm. I think I just said that, but maybe I didn't. By the way, Jim, you've got a beautiful signal now. You're up to a 9 and on direct path. Here it is.
I've figured out what it is, and hopefully it won't cause you too much problems until they decide to correct it. Roger.
Okay, Roger is right. Well, look, I'll let you go, Jim. I'll let you go, and it's a pleasure always working you. Our warmest day so far this season, we're just touching 84 degrees, 84 in the shade, and the normal high is 61. 60, well, we'll say 61 degrees is the normal high, so that is in the extreme. We had a quarter of an inch of rain and a shower, a thunderstorm yesterday afternoon, and that was interesting. So I'll say the very best, Jim. Thank you very much for picking me up again, and I'll keep you updated to what may be coming. We might say down the pike. KC9VKV. There goes my voice. K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie 73 up that way, sir, and enjoy that sunshine and beautiful Florida weather while it lasts. Oh, you're pretty lucky, and we had a pretty warm day here today. I've been trying to ride my bike again. I did quite a bit of bike riding 5-6 years ago, and then last few years, two or so, I gave it up, and my doctor suggested that I might, if I valued my life, might want to take up bike riding again. So I have, and it's interesting. Today was a fairly warm day, and we have a nice little park in the area that has a pedway, and this pedway is just over a mile long, And so as you ride around, you sometimes are facing the sun, sometimes you have your back to it. But I was trying to keep sun under control as far as what it's doing to the skin. So I had some SPF 30 or whatever it is on my arms, and I had a long sleeve shirt, so it worked out all right. But I hope it cools down here in the next couple of days, because I enjoy that. Anyway, this is KC9VKV. My name is Jim. Some know me better as Dr. VKV. And we're recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, just do a call and a search for KC9VKV, along with today's date, 5/21/21, and that will take you directly to this recording, where it'll be about an hour and a half long. We record now live till 5. And then if you might be interested in just checking some of our QSO-VLOG recordings, we now have over 1,600, and you can access those by going to YouTube and just doing a call letter search, KC9VKV by itself, and that will take you to our QSO-VLOG page, where, like I say, we have about 1,650 recorded QSO-VLOGs. So with that, let's open her up, see if anybody wants to check in. This is KC9VKV. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. And of course, Milford has kicked me off already. So let me see if I can get back together with Milford here. Sometimes I think this is going to work. It's an old plan, but it just might work. So again, if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Station way back in there, about dB over my noise level, but I'll try again and I'll run the SDR, see if I can find a better path for us. Give me about 10 seconds, maybe tell me about your antenna system. This is KC9VKV. And I heard nothing, not even on my local antenna. So, gosh, conditions are maybe not good today. I don't know. We'll have to check that out. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Okay, there's an Oscar 4 and an X-ray somewhere. Station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign, please.
Station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign, please.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Mike, X-ray, Savannah, Georgia.
Copy station, I believe, in Atlanta, Georgia. And I am close to there on my SDR. I got KO4M something X. Give me the call one more time, slowly, phonetically. Let me find the missing letter.
One more time, slowly, phonetically. Let me find the missing letter.
Roger that. That's Kilo Oscar 4, Mike, Foxtrot X-ray.
Copy that as Mike Oscar X-ray. Is that a Roger?
Copy that as Mike Oscar X-ray. Is that a Roger?
Kilo Oscar 4, Mike, Foxtrot X-ray.
Okay, copy that as Mike Foxtrot X-ray. Is that a Roger?
Copy that as Mike Foxtrot X-ray. Is that a Roger?
Roger, Roger. The name is E.R.P.
Repeat the name again, please.
Repeat the name again, please.
I think I might have a tad of a copy on my local antenna there. MFX, give me your name one more time, please.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Foxtrot X-ray. We were recommended.
Whiskey.
Station is in use, sir, please.
A.D.I.
Station is in use, sir, please.
Whiskey.
Copy is KO4MFX. Is that a Roger? And give me the name again, please.
FX, is that a Roger? And give me the name again, please.
Kilo Whiskey.
Sir, please, this is a control network. We'll just have to work the problem out, okay? I can't. You're overmodulated.
We'll just have to work the problem out, okay? I can't. You're overmodulated.
Yeah, KO4 MFX, I only have about a dB copy above my noise level, and that is on the Arlington SDR. That's the best one I got. So I do not have enough to hang on to work you, actually. So why don't you stand by there, and if my signal to you improves, you could try again, If my signal gets better to you, 2 to 1, your signal will get better to me. But right at the moment, I'm only copying you at about a dB over the Arlington, Virginia SDR level. So thanks for trying for right now, but maybe a little bit later. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
CQ, Fox Whiskey.
Station calling CQ. This is KC9VKV. Come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign, please.
KV, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign, please.
Kilo Oscar 4.
Frequency in use, frequency in use.
This is KC9VKV. This is a control network. Station calling. I'm giving you the opportunity. The station was calling CQ. Come back with your call sign, please.
Trinity, the station is calling Q. Come back with your call sign, please.
Since you did not come back with your call sign, I'm assuming that this is delivered QRM, sir.
I'm assuming that this is delivered QRM, sir.
This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
CQ, Fox Whiskey.
Sir, this is a control network. Please, a control network. I recognized you a moment ago, but you failed to give me your call sign.
I recognized you a moment ago, but you failed to give me your call sign.
Would it be that you do not have a call sign and you are deliberately QRMing? Duh.
Frequency is used, frequency, Fox Whiskey.
Repeat your call sign again, please, sir.
Repeat your call sign again, please, sir.
This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. We're recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo Delta 9 Golf, Romeo Lima.
Kilo Delta 9 station, come back slowly with your call sign phonetically.
Kilo Delta 9 station, come back slowly with your call sign phonetically.
Kilo Delta 9 Golf, Romeo Lima.
The last part is Golf Romeo Lima. Is that a Roger?
The last Forest Gulf Romeo Lima, is that a Roger?
Roger, Roger, Gulf Romeo Lima. And what is the name there, please?
Roger, Gulf Romeo Lima. And what is the name there, please?
Name here is Steve. Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo.
Roger, Roger, Steve. And where are you located, sir?
Roger, Roger, Steve. And where are you located, sir?
Martinsville, Indiana, which is about 30 miles south of Indianapolis.
Roger, Roger, Steve. Well, almost in the neighborhood. We're down around Louisville. We're just across the Ohio River from Louisville on the Indiana side of the Ohio River. Roger.
Louisville on the Indiana side of the Ohio River. Roger.
Hey, Roger. Can I get your call sign, please?
Roger, Steve. Call sign is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. And this is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. Our main goal is to assist folks in setting up their transmitters. If you might be interested, it starts with engaging your compressor at a 3. It's a token amount, but it does exactly what we need it to do to arrive at a 3 dB dynamic range with an average percent of peak modulation of 80 to 85%. Roger.
Percent of peak modulation of 80 to 85%, Roger.
Okay, I've never done anything like that.
Tell you what, Steve, maybe if you would tell me about your antenna system for about 10 seconds, I can look around. I'm running 4 internet SDRs along with my local receiver. So sometimes the SDRs give me a better copy than my local antenna. That's what it's all about. So if you might give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, I'll look around and see if we can find a better path.
Antenna system. I'll look around and see if we can find a better path.
RV set up as we've got that's all I'm using. Got a Ameritron AL811H amplifier, and I'm running a Yaesu FTDX3000 radio.
Roger, Steve. Well, lo and behold, you're coming in about 15 over on a Georgia Internet SDR. So I'm copying you with the FTDX3000, and what we're looking for is to get that modulation index up to a nice 80 to 85%. So once we get our compressor engaged at a 3, we move to our ALC with mic gain in hand, and then we adjust our mic gain while we speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300. Adjust our mic gain to where our ALC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3. Roger.
Mid-scale to 2/3. Roger.
Roger, like I said, I've never messed with the compression, so I don't really know how to do that.
Yes, sir. Well, you might take some notes and then consult your book. Compressor engaged at a 3, then to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and adjust your ALC for mid-scale to 2/3. It's about that simple. There is some perhaps equalization that we could entertain as far as getting a little more articulation in your audio, but essentially the setup is as I noted to you, and you might look at that after you look at your book and find out where stuff is. Roger.
Where stuff is. Roger.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, we'll look into it, see if we can make it any better.
Roger, you looked pretty good. We're looking for about a 3 dB dynamic range. Normal transmitter, unprocessed, is running a 10 dB dynamic range with about 30% average peak modulation. So we take that, move it to a 3 dB dynamic range, and 80 to 85%. But anyway, thanks for dropping by, Steve. Let me say 73 up that way, sir. And like I say, you're almost almost a neighbor radio-wise, Roger.
A neighbor radio-wise, Roger.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, thanks a lot for the information, and Take care, and we'll talk to you later. This is KD9GRL, back to net.
Roger, Roger, Steve. And FYI, we are recording now live till 5, so if you might want to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by today's date, 5/21/21, that will take you to this recording. And give us a couple of days to get it uploaded, Roger.
Give us a couple of days to get it uploaded, Roger.
All right, Roger, Roger. We'll see if we can find the air on YouTube.
This is Steve, 73, sir. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey Victor 8, Romeo Kilo Lima.
There's a whiskey, Romeo 8, was that?
A whiskey, Romeo 8, was that?
That was Whiskey Victor 8, Romeo Kilo Lima.
Romeo Kilo Lima. Roger, what's the name, please?
Romeo Kilo Lima. Roger, what's the name, please?
Randall Romeo Alpha November Delta Alpha Lima Lima. Good afternoon there, Jim.
Roger, Roger, Randall. And what radio are you running, sir?
Roger, Roger, Randall. And what radio are you running, sir?
Fresh out of the box. You're the third contact, DX10.
DX10, Roger. And what's your location, sir?
DX10, Roger. And what's your location, sir?
I am in Parkersburg, West Virginia, downtown Parkersburg.
Roger, Roger, Randall. Well, gosh, how long have you had that radio? 3 days, 2 days?
Gosh, how long have you had that radio? 3 days, 2 days?
About 30 minutes, Jim. You're my third contact on it, and I just kind of curious how it sounded right out of the box there.
Looking pretty good. Probably could be just a little tighter, but right now it looks like maybe 4 dB, 4 to 5 dB dynamic range, and we'd probably be shooting for about a 3. So through that compression at a 3 on, and then mic gain adjustment to your ALC for mid-scale to 2/3, we would probably be right there at 3 dB dynamic range. Yeah, the first thing you might want to check is your bandpass. You want to be 100 to 2900, Roger.
You want to be 100 to 2900, Roger.
Hey, Roger, I'm taking notes there, Jim. As we're talking, brand new radio. I don't have mic EQs off, processors off. You're saying go to 3, so since it goes to 100, I would assume go to 30, correct?
Yes, sir, absolutely. And you don't need to do that now, because I know that's a new radio, and I know that you might want to have a little time to find out where everything is. So I just more or less giving you notes there. Compressor on at a 3, then move to your ALC, at a 30, because that's a 0 to 100. So a processor engaged at a 30, and then onto your ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, you would advance or whatever necessary for the mic gain for the ALC to run mid-scale to 2/3, Roger.
For the ALC to run mid-scale to 2/3, Roger.
Roger, Roger, Randall. Well, you might check your frequency. You might have hit your BFO. You might want to find out where lock is. I'm sure that radio has a lock, so it's a good idea I've found that always when I'm engaged in QSO to hit that lock button so I don't accidentally hit the BFO and start sounding weird, Roger.
Don't accidentally hit the BFO and start sounding weird, Roger.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Hit lock button, got back on frequency. I turned it up to 30. I checked my ALC with mic gain in hand, and I'm back at you, talking to you, letting you hear what it sounds like after I made those adjustments. WV8RKL, back to you, Jim.
Yes, sir, you're right on target, 3 dB dynamic range. Now, do you know where your equalization menu is?
Do you know where your equalization menu is?
That will be a negative at the time. I don't, Jim, but tell me, I got pen in hand.
Okay, sir, what you want to do is advance your treble EQ 3 clicks boost from wherever you are. Advance your treble boost 3 clicks from additional from where you are. Roger?
Boost 3 clicks from additional from where you are. Roger?
Roger, Roger. That is affirmative.
Roger, and that should set you just perfect there, Roger.
Roger, and that should set you just perfect there, Roger.
All right, Jim. Well, it's a blessing to turn this radio on, make my third contact you, and get you help me get this thing tuned in. God works in mysterious ways. He knows I love my radio. If that's all with you, my sister, talking with I want to see you. Got the threes. God bless you. God bless this country. I'm going to turn back to you, Jim, for a final. WV8RKL will be clear on your final, sir.
Roger, Randall. Well, thanks for dropping by, sir. Appreciate it. And hopefully you'll be working the world here in the next 20 minutes. Maybe better off than on 40. I don't know, maybe 20 or something. I'm not real sure. 40, it doesn't seem to be actually working too well the last 3 weeks. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but, we just have to do the best we can, I guess. So, well, 73 there, Randall. And again, you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. Thanks for dropping by. This is KC9VKV. My name is Jim. And this is the QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
304.
There was 2 stations in there. Our loudest one. Try it again.
There was 2 stations in there. Our loudest one. Try it again.
There was a kilowatt station in there. Kilowatt station. Come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Kilowatt station. Come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
I was copying you mainly on the Milford SDR, and you were only about half a dB above the Milford PA SDR noise level. So maybe if you could give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, I'll seek a better path. Maybe, we'll pop up with a better signal somewhere else. So give me about 10 seconds on your antenna system, sir.
The system, sir.
100-foot sky loop. I'm in Finger Lakes area of New York, over.
I copied you fairly well on my local antenna there. You were in New York. Come back with your call sign again. We're having propagation fluctuations, sir. You were up almost 5, 6 dB above my noise level. Then you slip back down into the noise. Try one more time with your call sign, and we'll see where it goes. Mike Zulu Whiskey. Roger, what is the name?
Neil, November, Echo, India, Lima. I'm only running 100 watts.
Yes, sir, Neil. Roger on that. Well, I want you to check your radio. Let's get your radio set up and see if we can get a little bit better signal. First thing is to engage your compressor at a 3. It's a token amount, but it does exactly what we need it to do. So engage that compressor at a 3. Roger. Okay, I'm assuming you have moved your compressor on and at a 3. Next thing is to go to your ALC with mic gain in hand and adjust as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300. Adjust your ALC for mid-scale to 2/3 operation through your mic gain control. Adjust your mic gain until your ALC is reading mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Until your ALC is reading mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
300, 400, 500. ALC is running approximately 50%. Over.
Okay, Neil, we want you to run just a little bit hotter than that, and I want you to talk just a little bit faster. That meter responds differently to different things, so we want that tempo of your voice to be up a little faster as you adjust your ALC reading. Roger? Roger, Roger, Neil. Now, I understand that you're in New York. Is that a Roger?
Roger, Roger, Neil. Now, I understand that you're in New York. Is that a Roger?
Yeah, I have fairly lost you there, Neil. I would suggest, another part to this is antennas, And sometimes when somebody's running 100 watts. I believe that if somebody's running 100 watts in the eastern part of the United States, they should be a S5 to S9 somewhere. I mean, their signal should be an S9 or to S5 somewhere. And now I've got 4 internet SDRs plus my local antenna, and I'm not copying you hardly anywhere. So I'm suggesting that maybe you might want to look into a different type of antenna, one called a resonant half-wave dipole antenna. Write that down, resonant half-wave dipole antenna. That's a kind of an antenna where you put it up and you can trim the SWR, and you don't have to run through an antenna tuner. Or you can take your radio direct to that antenna, and also the way you string it out will determine the directionality of it. It is directional to some degree in that it radiates broadband to the element. So if you want to work north and south, you string your antenna east and west. If you want to go east and west, you string your antenna north and south. Roger, Roger?
Roger?
I just caught the last part of that, Neil, 25 to 30 feet or something. But anyway, investigate a resonant-tuned dipole antenna, resonant-tuned half-wave dipole antenna. If you get a chance, put one up because it would be a lot more efficient than the antenna that you're running now. Roger?
I have a Kenwood. I use a backup. Can I come on later if you're not busy and try it?
Again, I was trying to copy you on my local antenna, and you were only periodically a couple of dB above my noise, but mainly you were at my noise level or below. So let me, I'll say 73 for right now. I don't think our conditions are going to get any better, but do kind of investigate a resonant-tuned half-wave dipole antenna. And if you get a chance, put one up, and I guarantee you, you will be radiating a lot better with that antenna than you are with the antenna that you're on. Roger?
Roger, Roger. 73s, and thanks for the help.
Roger, Roger, Neil. I wish I could have been of more help. Maybe, if you get that antenna up, you'll be giving me a 20 over or 9, I'll take a 9 versus a 1 click over my noise level. 73, Neil, and you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey 4, Charlie X-Ray Tango.
There's a station out there, Whiskey 4. Come back slowly phonetically with the call sign.
Yes, sir. Whiskey 4, Charlie X-Ray Tango, W4CXT.
Yes, sir, W4CXT. What's the name?
Yeah, the name is Terry on this end. Tango Echo, Romeo Yankee.
Roger, Terry, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
I'm down in Jacksonville, Florida, sir. Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes, sir, and what radio?
I'm running a Yazoo FT 920, FT 920, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, Terry. Gosh, I think we can do you some good if you'd be interested in our setup procedures. Look like you're running fairly unprocessed, so your average peak modulation is somewhere around 30%. And I think we can bring that up to 80 to 85%. Our setup procedure starts with you engaging your compressor at a 3. It's a token amount, but it does precisely what we need it to do. Roger?
Roger that. It's not numbered really, but I can do it on a clock face. It starts off about a 7 o'clock position and goes around to like a 5 o'clock position. So I'll sit at about a 9 or 10 o'clock position. Over.
Yes, sir, I think that's correct. We're looking for about a third of the capability of the compressor. We're just looking for about a third of the capability of that compressor, and I think you found it. So now let's go to your ALC with the mic gain in hand, and I want you to speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, and as you do that, you have your mic gain control to adjust to where your ALC level, it will be reading mid-scale to 2/3. Mid-scale to 2/3 by way of adjusting your mic gain control.
I copy that. Let me see, audio. 100, 200, 300. 100, 200, 300. That's about 2/3 right there.
Yes, sir. That's maybe just a tad hotter than that. Mid-scale to 2/3, so in that area. And let's see, give me about 10 seconds on your antenna system, and tell me about your antenna system for about 10 seconds or 15, and let me see if I can find a better path. Roger?
Roger. I turned the mic gain up just a little bit, but anyway, my antenna system. My antenna system is my antenna InFed 8010 2K, and I'm also running a Meritron AL80A amplifier. It usually runs about 1,200, 1,300 watts, and right now I think I'm running about 600 watts just to make it kind of lope along steady. Roger?
Yes, sir. I've got a pretty good copy on your the Atlanta, Georgia SDR. So if you know where your mic EQ is, I would go there and crank in 3 more clicks top end EQ, 3 more clicks treble EQ from where you are. Roger?
Treble EQ from where you are. Roger?
Yes, sir. I turned it up a little bit right there. And I'm starting to lose you a little bit. I'm going to have to get on an SCR myself to kind of hear you a little better. But anyway, how about that? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Over, Roger.
Roger. Now I want you to double check, since I've got a better copy on you, I want you to go back to your ALC and double check your ALC level as you speak rapidly into the mic, 100, 200, 300. Adjust your mic gain to where your ALC reading is mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Reading is mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
All right. Stand by here.
Yeah, don't worry about the SDR. That you'll never figure that out. You have to mute that SDR as you speak, and you have to. Mine's automatic. I've got a little box here with a 6-position rotary switch, and I've got 4 SDR audios coming up plus my local receiver, and I just dial that up, and then when I transmit, it automatically mutes that. Roger?
When I transmit, it automatically mutes that, Roger.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, I got you on the Massachusetts FDR pretty good. Try and come back to me again, sir.
Yes, sir. Hopefully my level will come up to you a little bit better. I think you're getting close to that. You're now, you just looked at your ALC and you're running mid-scale to 2/3. Is that a Roger?
See, and you're running mid-scale to 2/3. Is that a Roger?
Yes, sir. Roger, Roger. So you want me to adjust, what do you want me to adjust for the next time? Adjust my mic gain again or the compression again?
Oh, I think you're in good shape. I think you're right there. You look like your audio is a 3 dB dynamic range, which means that your average percent of peak modulation is running about 80 to 85%. Roger?
About 80 to 85%, Roger.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate the help, sir. I think I talked to you one time before. It's been quite a while back, but I've got some different equipment now, so I thought we'd see if we could tighten it up a little bit again. Over.
Yes, sir. It looks pretty tight. Now, what you need to do is be very consistent about the way that you work that microphone as far as distance to the mic. That's probably the main thing, is to remain consistent as far as your distance to the microphone, that you're and on axis to the microphone. If you turn your head away from that mic, you're going to start losing your articulation. You're going to start losing the top end of the audio spectrum. So you want to face that mic and just keep the position, the distance to the mic consistent. Roger?
The distance to the mic consistent, Roger.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What I had been doing, based on, what other people had told me, I'm about 2 inches from the microphone, and I was talking across it instead of into it. Now I'm talking more into it. Does it sound better facing the microphone or talking across it?
Well, that's a desk mic. Is that a Roger?
That's a desk mic. Is that a Roger?
Yeah, Terry, is that a desk mic or a hand mic?
Terry,
okay, I got some other people in there wanting to talk to, I guess, but anyway, I'll go ahead and nail it down like it is, and I'll take your suggestion and make sure I talk the same way every time, and that way I'll keep my articulation like it's supposed to be, and maybe my audio will stay sounding halfway decent. Over.
Yes, sir, that was perfect right there, and the way you're working that microphone sounded good. Now, if you wanted to solve the problem for real, you could go get a foam windscreen and slip over that mic. Then you could address the mic almost any way that you would like. At your favorite music store, foam windscreen would just slip over that mic and probably set you back about $4 or $5. Roger?
Set you back about $4 or $5, Roger.
Hey, it sounds like a plan. I'll get one ordered on Amazon today. But anyway, it was good talking to you, and I'm glad we got it worked out a little better. Now I feel better about it.
Yes, sir. I think you're right on, boy. Looks good. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 5/21/21, that will take you to this recording, and you'll be able to hear our setup and hear your radio. Roger?
Our setup and hear your radio. Roger?
Okay, sounds good. I know I subscribed to the channel already, so I'll look that up and I'll see how it sounds. And my voice is kind of hoarse. I appreciate the time you're taking with me, and maybe we can let you move on to the next person and see if you can help them out too. Over.
Roger, Terry. Now, I just moved over to my local antenna, and you're about to blow me away. So what I want you to do is give me 10 or 15 seconds about the best thing you like about your radio. Roger?
Yes, sir. Well, it's an older radio. It's a big radio, but I kind of like the DSP and the different things it has on it that I can adjust to kind of pull out weak signals or whatever. And I just bought one of those. Actually, I got two of them. The QRM eliminators. I haven't hooked them up yet, but I want to get them things on there too to see if I can get rid of some of my noise that I might have from around the neighborhood or around the house or whatever. But that's my next thing. I want to get hooked up and get going and see if that'll help me out on my receive a little bit. Over.
Roger that, roger that. Well, that's a personal taste kind of thing. And, you just, the best way to deal with that is to put yourself in an AV situation so you can hear it with it and without it directly. If you can get a switch where it's in and out and you can tell which one you like better, that would be the way to handle that. As far as your transmit, I wouldn't do a thing to that. I would get the Gorilla Tape out and tape everything down, Roger.
The Gorilla Tape out and tape everything down, Roger.
I'll leave it and try not to play with it, I guarantee you. But anyway, like I said, I appreciate it. The only problem I'm having is I got some loose connections in my radio I got to get worked on. I need to pull the cover off of it, and I think I have some loose, I need to resolder some areas or something, because sometimes I can look over there and my radio is not transmitting at all, and I can just reach over on top of the radio and just tap it one time and it comes back on. So I need to do some resoldering and rechecking inside. That might be affecting my audio once in a while, but anyway, other than that, I think we're okay.
Roger. Now, I tend to look at the most obvious things in a situation like that, and it would be perhaps the relay, the transmit-receive relay. That's a mechanical deal that is more obvious than a loose connection. The contacts on that relay could be at fault, and there's a way to clean those. You might read up on that. You get yourself a burnishing tool or whatever. But it's anyway, it's a long story, but it could be that relay, and you might want to check that. If you can get to that relay, just to trying to see if it could be that relay before you go all over the board, Roger.
Before you go all over the board, Roger.
I'll check that as soon as I can, I guarantee you. And it might be even this afternoon. Since I talked to you, it kind of got me interested a little bit too, so maybe I can get there and open that thing up and see if I can figure it out. But anyway, all right, I appreciate your help. I really do. I appreciate your help, I too.
Roger, Terry, 73, sir. Have a good afternoon, great weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo Oscar 4, Foxtrot Mike X-ray.
Kilo Oscar 4 station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Foxtrot X-ray.
Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Foxtrot X-ray, is that a Roger?
That's a Roger. I tried before, but I guess the noise level was too high.
Roger, I have a fairly good copy on you on my local antenna now. Let's hopefully it will stay that way. So you have your compressor engaged at a 3 or 30?
At 3. I got a 73.
Okay, so your compressor is a 0 to 10. If it's 0 to 10, we want a 3. If it's 0 to 100, we want 30. Roger?
Roger that.
Alrighty, and then move to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, adjust your ALC where it is reading mid-scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain manipulation.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006.
Okay, now if you know where your mic EQ is, if you know where your mic equalization is, I would move to it next, and I would crank in 3 clicks treble boost EQ from where you are. 3 clicks additional treble boost EQ. Roger?
Roger that. 1 second. How about that?
I'm not sure. Did you click that? Did you increase your treble EQ just now? Roger. What is the name there? We never got down to your name. What is your name, sir?
Yeah, DJ. You want to use Dennis, but everybody's asking on TJ.
TJ Tom Jack?
Delta Julius.
TV?
Delta Julius.
Try again, slowly, phonetically. This is like Braille. You're now about a half a dB above my noise level. Is that a D? Dog? Dog Julius? I still haven't copied it yet. Gosh, anybody relay here?
Come again?
Anybody relay that station name? Tell you, my main problem is I've lost my Milford internet SDR receiver for the moment, and I'm bringing it back now. And hopefully we'll be in better business. So, station, try again the name again.
Kilo Bravo 3 Whiskey Bravo.
Oh Lord, no, we've stirred up. We've stirred up the QRM now. I think this is KC9VKV. MFX. Again, we tried to work a little bit more, but you've slipped back into my noise level. So let me say 73 for now, and we're getting your station set up piece by piece, and doing the best we can under the circumstances of the propagation. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo Bravo 3 Whiskey Bravo.
There's a Kilo Bravo 3 station. I come back slowly phonetically with the call.
Kilo Bravo 3 Whiskey Bravo X-ray.
Kilo Bravo 3 Whiskey Bravo X-ray. Roger, what's the name, please?
Kilo Bravo 3 Whiskey Bravo X-ray. Roger, what's the name, please? Name here is Jeff. Juliet Echo Foxtrot Foxtrot.
Roger, Jeff. And where are you located, sir?
Roger, Jeff. And where are you located, sir? About 50 miles south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Roger, I am copying you well on the Milford PASDR. What radio are you running, sir?
The Milford PASDR. What radio are you running, sir? Running Apache Lab 7000 DLE.
Roger. Well, would you be interested in our setup procedure?
Roger. Well, would you be interested in our setup procedure? No, I'm okay. I just wondered if you thought it sounded okay there.
Give me about 10 seconds on your antenna situation, and let me listen to you closely.
10 seconds on your antenna situation, and let me listen to you closely. The antenna
in the horizontal position, it's end fed with 450 ladder line and beaming southeast, southwest, and due north.
Roger, Jeff. Well, I just got over to my local antenna. My local receiver is flat down to 100 cycles. Pretty heavily modified and flat down to 100 cycles, and I think you're a little heavy on the bottom end. I have a spectrum analyzer on the set, looking at the audio, and I'm seeing you all the way across the band, very wide band response, but down in the bottom end, I think you might be just a tad too full. I would roll some of that bottom off. I would start probably maybe, do you have like 200 cycles? You could just pull 200 cycles back a tad?
Yeah, I just rolled it back. I run the big bottom. I run 4 pieces of rack gear, the FM Shore 7 microphone, and yeah, I just took some bottom off of it there, so that'll be a good bit better.
Yeah, I think so. The clarity is there. Now, sometimes, sometimes you get into a thing called cancellation, particularly in HF, where, everything moves to a skywave, and we're anticipating everything to be bounced by skywave back down. But sometimes there is some blow-by that goes on up and gets bounced back a little bit later, and it comes back out of phase, out of time phase with the original signal. And if it's 180 degrees out, it will start to cancel. And it starts to cancel from the top end of the audio spectrum down. And it's not a kind of a thing where necessarily it would just go and it's back out. Sometimes it just lays in there canceling. So effectively what happens is you lose the top end of your audio spectrum, and what's left is the bottom end. So, whereas before that might have happened, you would have had a very broad frequency response, but balanced. When you lose that top end, you wind up just with the bottom end. And then there goes the neighborhood. So I think cranking back a tad like you did will do you well, sir.
Yeah, I run all that on my rack gear. Yeah, that big bottom piece.
Roger. Now, if you're running a gate, I just heard some trash in there that was kind of buffeting, and I don't know why you might have that much noise in the gate. Are you running a voice gate?
That's the way it goes.
I'm sorry, we may have doubled. Are you running a voice gate? Hi, Jeff. If you got a copy, are you running a voice gate on that setup? I'm not sure exactly where you went, Jeff. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. Jeff, do you have a copy?
Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I hear you.
Right, I lost you on my local antenna. I had to move over to Milford. I was just wondering if you were running a noise gate on that mic?
To Milford. I was just wondering if you were running a noise gate on that mic?
Yes, I am.
Roger. I'm hearing a lot of noise that shouldn't be there. I'm not exactly sure. Are you gating out a fan or something?
Are you gating out a fan or something?
Well, no, I got some back feed.
Okay, so Roger, I would do that too, but I'm just concerned that it would be that heavy that I would hear it gated at the level that I heard it at. But we all got to deal with our circumstances, and I understand, Roger.
We all got to deal with our circumstances, and I understand, Roger.
Yeah, maybe I should have took care of it. They should be getting taken care of. I found a problem. That should sound better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not sure exactly what you did, but I'm not hearing the buffeting as the noise gate closes now.
I'm not hearing the buffeting as the noise gate closes now.
Yeah. I don't know why it does that once in a while. I run that much more.
Roger. Now that was kind of gating too much. It was cutting your voice out.
to meet you. Thanks for the call. It's 59.
Lord, we have a little QRM coming in there, a little DX QRM. Strange. I mean, we've been on the air for over an hour, and I'm not sure exactly why an operator would decide to get on a frequency, even if it's DX, why they would get on a frequency that's been operative for over an hour. It's very strange. Anyway.
For over an hour. It's very strange. Anyway.
Yeah, Jeff, let me say 73 to you, sir.
Yeah, Jeff, let me say 73 to you, sir.
This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Like net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio that you want to check out, give me a shout.
You want to check out, give me a shout. Give me a shout.
Just copying some QRM, some DX QRM, I guess it is. Gosh, good buddy. This is a controlled network. We've been on the air for over an hour and 10 minutes. It's strange that you might decide to operate on a frequency that's in use, but then again, you know, who is to say? This is KC9VKV, the QSO-VLOG net. I'm copying nothing at the moment. We're going to try a couple more times and we'll shut it down, because if nothing's happening, it's no sense to be operating. So we'll say anybody else looking to set the radio up, this is KC9VKV, Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net.
This is KC9VKV, Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. Denver, Delta.
There's a Delta station out there. Delta station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Station out there. Delta station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign. November, Delta.
Station ending in November Delta, come back slowly, phonetically with the whole call sign, please.
Ending in November Delta, come back slowly, phonetically with the whole call sign, please. Yes, sir, Christopher, 100%, nice to meet you.
Kilo Charlie 4, November
I think we've had this good buddy in there before, coming in QRM, the skip. Kilo Charlie 4, November Delta, this is KC9VKV, you copy?
Kilo Charlie 4, November Delta, this is KC9VKV, you copy?
Roger, we do copy, Jim. Kilo Charlie 4, November Delta, the name is Sam, Sierra Alpha Mike. We're near Charlotte, North Carolina. Over.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for the call.
Roger, Sam, and North Carolina. Yeah, what radio are you running today?
Roger, Sam, and North Carolina. Yeah, what radio are you running today?
We're running an FTDX-10.
Roger, FTDX-10, and if you would be interested in a setup procedure, it starts with engaging your compressor at a 3. It's a token amount, but it does precisely what we need it to do.
Roger. I have done some transmit audio setup, and I think the compressor is running level 30 at this time. Over.
Roger. I'm assuming you have 0 to 100 on your input to the compressor, Roger?
You have 0 to 100 on your input to the compressor, Roger?
That's Roger, over.
Roger, and then let's move to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, adjust your mic gain to where your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Adjust your mic gain scale to 2/3.
Hey, somebody report this guy to CPS. I think he has Alzheimer's. He's been told out.
He is running probably about 80% full scale. Over.
Roger, Roger. Okay, and gosh, there was another station in there, sir. This is a controlled net, and I am net control, so appreciate the standby there. We're right now engaged with KC4 November Delta Sam, and he's got his radio set up. So Sam, maybe if you could give me about 10 seconds on describing your antenna system, I can listen to you and see where we are.
Your antenna system, I can listen to you and see where we are.
Okay, Jim, real good. The antenna is very basic, vertical, and it's sitting on the ground, and there are just no ground radials, just a 8-foot ground rod. Over.
Roger that. Now I'm copying you somewhat on my local receiver, which has got a lot better bottom end than the SDRs, and it's sounding good. You might need just a little more top end for a little edge. I would say a +3 treble EQ boost from wherever you are, if you know where your EQ page is.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, I think I did. Somebody did. Yeah, I think I did. Somebody did tell me I've got kind of a bassy voice, and I was trying to take some of the bass out. And I guess a little heavy, or is it about right? Over.
Looking pretty good now. Like again, I'm still moving between the Milford SDR and my local antenna. And local antenna is the receiver is pretty heavily modified for frequency response down to 100 cycles, and it looked like your curve was very good there. Roger, Roger.
Okay, Roger, Roger. We'll leave the bass alone, and you said boost treble 3 dB.
Yes, sir. 3 clicks up, treble boost.
Roger, Roger. Okay, very good. Jim, I'll let you go. Stay 73s. I appreciate it. Hey, very good. Jim, I'll let you go. Stay 73s. I appreciate the help. This is a pretty new radio. Had it about a month. And just getting used to the settings because my other radio was an old Kenwood from the 1980s. So all these equalizer settings is new territory for me. So 73. KC9VKV, C4ND, 73.
Roger, Roger, Sam. Oh, the loony birds are out tonight. The QRMers, we have been doing really well here for the last few weeks on that, but I guess it must be a full moon tonight or something. I don't know. They're back out. I have one DXer that's out there somewhere that, unfortunately, I know he can't hear me, and that's why he's on this frequency an hour and a half after we were on this frequency. I'm sure he just can't hear me, but it just makes you wonder. Anyway, Sam, I think we got it there, sir. Let me say 73 to you, sir, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. And in between now and then, if you want to check out your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 5/21/21, that will take you to this recording. Now, if you might be interested in just listening to other folks' transmitters, if you go to YouTube and just do the call letter search without the date, you go for KC9VKV, that will take you to our QSO-VLOG page, where we're now running about 1,650 QSO-VLOG recordings. So 73, Sam, and we'll catch you later. So this is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
All right, Jim, thank you. KC4ND is clear.
Roger, Sam. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, Friday afternoon, QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
You want to check out, give me a shout.
Station calling. I'm copying through the Georgia SDR. Try again, please.
Copying through the Georgia SDR. Try again, please.
KC9VKV, KC5PBS.
I can hear you in there, sir, and I should be able to understand what you're saying. If you would, why don't you tell me about your antenna system for about 10 seconds? Let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us.
Look around and see if I can find a better path for us.
Roger.
Alrighty, so I'm still not copying you very well, but maybe we can start. Maybe things will get better as we go. Come back again phonetically, slowly with your call sign.
Again, phonetically, slowly with your call sign.
I copy, I think, Kilo Golf at 5 Tango Bravo Italy. Is that a Roger?
Golf at 5 Tango Bravo Italy. Is that a Roger?
All right, it's taking a little while to respond there. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I hope, are you copying me all right?
Are you copying me all right?
Tango Bravo Italy, this is KC9VKV. Are you copying me okay?
KC9VKV, are you copying me okay?
I think we doubled. Repeat.
I think we doubled. Repeat.
Tango Bravo Italy, if you got a copy on me, I'll try to set you up in the blind. If you can hear me, the first thing would be to engage your compressor at a 3. Get that compressor turned on and engaged at a 3. Once you get the compressor engaged at a 3, I want you to move to your AOC meter with the mic gain in hand, and as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, I want you to adjust your ALC for mid-scale to 2/3 by way of your mic gain control. Adjust your mic gain control until your ALC is reading mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Reading mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Tango Bravo Italy, I'm not copying you at all. Are you copying me?
I'm copying you at all. Are you copying me?
Yeah, I'm afraid we've lost conditions there. Tango Bravo Italy, I'm afraid we've lost conditions. So let me say 3's to you, sir, 73. You have a great afternoon, a beautiful weekend, and maybe we'll try it next Friday. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. We've got about 4 minutes before 5, at which time we turn into a pumpkin. So if you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
nothing copied, we'll try it one more time, and then we're going to shut her down because if there's nothing to do, I've got stuff to do. So this is KC9VKV, Friday afternoon, QSO-VLOG.net. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
QSO-VLOG.net. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
And nothing heard, so we've enjoyed it this afternoon. We're going to wrap it up early, so we'll say 73 to everyone that participated. And if you did participate and you wanted to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 5/21/21, will take you directly to this recording. So we will be now returning this frequency to normal amateur radio use. This is KC9VKV Clear.